boys and girls, babies in your diapers. Welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's me, Tiberius. Today we're going to start off with some very cool stuff. Another video game to talk about that I really like, a book about code talkers, my boy score report, and we got a really delicious guest, Mr. Phil Messer. He's the owner and baker at Uncle Phil's Fudge. Thank you, Phil, for being on my show.
Thank you, Tiberius, for having me.
Today we're going to start off with the video game of the week, and this is going to be classic.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
Today's video game is Halo. Not Reach or any of the others. Just the original Halo for PC. So right off the bat, this is an older game. It will be hard to find, but it is a lot of fun on the PC. We do LAN parties at the house. Well, this is where a bunch of people come over and we hook up our computers on a network and play games. Halo is one of the best games that everyone can play together. You have a number of weapons to defend yourself with. And some power-ups you can find around the map. My favorite is the invisibility power-up. My dad likes the overshield one. Now, so far as weapons, my favorite is the sniper rifle. My dad likes the pistols because he can aim and shoot it like a sniper. Of course, they fixed that in the later versions of Halo. I really love playing against my dad. This one time, I got a headshot and he was so surprised that I got him. I asked him when I turned 6 to be able to shoot a real life sniper rifle. On my birthday, we got to go to Oak Ridge gun range. And I got a bullseye on my first shot. I will never forget how fun that was. Okay, now back to the game. I really enjoy Team Deathmatch the most. This way you can help your teammates and even drive cars and fly aircraft. They also have King of the Hill mode, every man for himself, and Capture the Flag. Do you like Capture the Flag?
Capture the Flag was actually one of my most favorite types of maps on an old PC game I used to play called Land Warrior.
I don't know if the same map is like on Halo, but I really like it. I give Halo 10 out of 10 stars. This one is the first shooter games that I was allowed to play, and I think it is still so much fun to play with your friends. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373. Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties. Contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our awesome sponsors, SlutChannelUS.com. These guys are very cool. They bring 21st century surface drainage solutions to reality. They can do corporate and government work. These are the guys that make roads and bridges safe in the rain. You can see all about them at SlutChannelUS.com. That website again is SlutChannelUS.com.
And now we're all ready for the Book of the Week.
American Indian Code Talkers. This book was written by Julia Garstek. Let me read you the back of the book. In fact, Uncle Phil, would you do the honor?
I would be happy to. Back of the book says, many used to believe that non-white people weren't smart enough to be soldiers. Others thought women weren't tough enough to fly planes. But those people were wrong. Learn how African Americans, American Indians, and other groups bravely fought for their country, and they did it when no one believed they could.
So this book is very cool. It is about Indians that were able to stop spies just by talking. You see, they talked a different language, and no one else but Indians could understand what they were saying. So they put an Indian with each army squad, and they could talk to each other so no one could understand what they were saying. I really like that they helped win the First World War. Now, with World War II, they asked the Indians that were speaking Navajo to help. They even made special words for subs and planes and boats because there are no words to describe these items. I like that they showed me some of the words so I can learn to be a code talker. I give this book 10 out of 10 stars, and I think kids in 1st and 2nd grade should read this book. It was fun, and I learned a lot of stuff. The code talkers were very brave.
So what did you think about the Navajo and their code talking?
I think it was pretty cool.
I think it's kind of neat that they get to make up some words. So it's not only that they're just talking in Navajo.
I know.
But the enemy would have no clue whatsoever what they meant when they used whatever their word was for. Think of it like you're playing Team Deathmatch on Halo. And you come up with your own code so you can talk to the people on your team without the other people in the LAN party knowing what you're talking about. That's kind of what they did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Today's guest is going to be so much fun and delicious. Mr. Phil Messer, or Uncle Phil, is a man when it comes to making tasty fudge. He has his own company that makes some very cool fudge. It's called Uncle Phil's Fudge. Thank you, Uncle Phil, for coming today.
Thank you so much, Tiberius, for having me.
So, I have to ask, how do you make fudge?
How do I make fudge? Well, where do I start? I guess you could start at the stove, because that's where I make my fudge. In the kitchen. Okay? You got to have all the right ingredients, with all the right measurements, sometimes maybe a little estimating. And you got to mix it all together in the right proportions, and then bam, you get fudge. Fudge like this.
Like this fudge.
Like this fudge right in front of you.
I'm about to eat.
I brought Tiberius a sampler of 10 flavors that I've worked on so far. It's not the only 10 that I've done, but it's what I've got perfected so far. At least I think it's perfected. You want me to tell you what flavors I got you? Okay. So we have over here, this is chocolate peanut butter.
Nuts?
Nope, no nuts in that one, but it's made with peanut butter. So the reason why he's asking about the nuts, because I have the ones that have nuts in it separated from the others in a Ziploc bag, just in case anybody had an allergy. This one is just plain peanut butter. This one is Rocky Road, and Rocky Road is chocolate and marshmallow and pecans, and the pecans are from Florida.
Anything, these two have nuts?
Yes.
Peanut butter?
Well, there's peanuts in the peanut butter, and there's pecans in the Rocky Road. Now, you might be starting to pick up on a small trend. The pecans are from Florida. So,
ooh, that's
okay.
going to be good.
Yes. This one right here is s'mores. Have you ever had s'mores before?
Yes.
All right. That's exactly what that is. That's marshmallow and graham crackers and chocolate. This one is a dark chocolate coconut. Yes. This one is a lemon meringue. So if you've ever had lemon meringue pie, that's going to remind you of lemon meringue pie a lot. The next one next to it is what I call chocolate covered strawberry. So that's actually got real Florida strawberries in it, fresh from Plant City strawberries. Yes.
This is going to be good.
This one right here is key lime fudge. So you've heard of the Florida Keys? Key West? Okay. That's where this gets its inspiration.
Good like,
And then this one right here is called Dulce De Leche. That's Spanish that basically means sweet milk. Okay, it's kind of like a caramel, except I think a little better. And then this one, last one, is dark chocolate. That's just plain, solid dark chocolate.
which my dad likes it.
I heard a rumor that dark chocolate was his favorite.
So can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah, sure.
When you mentioned the pecans were from Florida, the strawberries were from Plant City, and the key lime, are you trying to source your fudge from here in Florida?
I'm trying to source
The ingredients?
That's my plan, is to not necessarily, if you want to look at local sources being Florida sourced, it's Florida inspired. I am a 5th generation Floridian, and every place I see in town that has fudge, they have the basics. They have the peanut butter and the chocolate and maybe a rocky road and cookies and cream, that kind of stuff, but you don't see anything that makes you think Florida. And here we are in Orlando, in the center of the tourist destination of the world. And there's nothing here that they can take back with them necessarily that's going to remind them of Florida. So that's where my inspiration came from.
Very cool.
So, did you bring any that I can taste?
I did bring some that you can taste. This whole sampler is for you. I don't know how much of that your parents are going to let you eat, because if you eat all that, you're going to be bouncing off the wall for about a week. But you can at least taste a little bit of it. I don't know if you've ever had key lime before or lemon meringue before. So
Oh, it smells so good.
it does, doesn't it?
Which is your favorite?
My most favorite is the dark chocolate. And before I started
can't believe
making...
I'm doing this on the radio, but it's cool.
It is cool. My second favorite really was the Dulce De Leche, but the lemon meringue has kind of quickly come and tied up with that. It's actually got lemon zest in it. It's got a meringue top, like you would think of, with the lemon meringue pie.
Wow.
So, I'm gonna taste some right now.
Okay, which one you want to try?
I think I'll do the dark.
Okay. That's a pretty big piece of chocolate, too.
That's cool. Okay, it tastes pretty cool. It tastes like real life fudge, and it tastes like dark chocolate.
Real life fudge. I like that. That might be my favorite description. Real live fudge. I'm gonna have to put that on a T-shirt, maybe.
So my mom is here because it's your birthday today.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. You're 102.
Oh,
No, I'm
You
not
know-
quite that old yet.
somebody tipped me off that it was her birthday, and so I brought you a little Uncle Phil's fudge for your birthday.
Ooh.
So let me get this out of my bag here. And when I say a little Uncle Phil's fudge, I mean a lot of Uncle Phil's fudge.
Oh, goodness.
So I've probably over-delivered a little bit, but I've never heard anybody ever complain about getting too much
Oh,
fudge.
goodness. Yeah, that's a lot of fudge.
You have there a pretty good-sized chunk of every single flavor that I just mentioned.
Wow. Wow. Okay, just because it will take me a little bit to eat
Yes,
all
it
of
will.
that, how is the best way to store fudge after you've purchased it?
You really want to keep it in the refrigerator. Yep, keeping it cold is the best way to preserve it the longest, especially because a lot of my fudges use what's the word I'm looking for? I guess perishable ingredients. The strawberry is not dried strawberry, so it's not going to stay a long time. It's actual real strawberry in there. So it'll need to be refrigerated to help lengthen its shelf life.
Okay, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Second question, can fudge be frozen?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, I've frozen the chocolate before. I have not tested the other things, but my mom always told me you can freeze anything. She didn't have much success with lettuce, but anything else, you know, she says you can fudge anything if you set it up right. You know, freezer bag, wrap it, whatever.
Oh.
So what you've got on top there, you've got the chocolate peanut butter.
So just another one.
Okay, what do you got there? Oh, you got the s'mores. So you got marshmallow and graham cracker mixed in there. And you will probably see that some of these, like especially the chocolate peanut butter that you got your finger
Right.
over there, you know, you don't have a real even layer there. Now, see, I'm what you would call a small batch craft fudge maker. And you're going to have what some people may call them imperfections. But, you know, this is what you get when it's homemade.
But that's what makes it good.
Exactly. That's what makes it better than anybody else's.
And that's what makes each time you buy it even better, because
Mm-hmm.
there's just something that might be slightly different, and it's still amazing.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to get into the fudge making business?
Well, I have made fudge for probably close to 10 years or so, but I did it primarily for family. You know, holiday season, people think of fudge, that kind of thing. So I would make it and I would take it to family gatherings. But I was looking at the marketplace this past year and I noticed, you know, I think I had said before, I don't see any place that has key lime fudge or mango fudge or dulce de leche. So I was making fudge and I saw that what looks to me like there's an opportunity in the marketplace. And, you know, I'm trying to use as much natural ingredients as I can, as many, you know, I'm trying not to use extracts where I can use actual things for flavor. Because you can put strawberry extract in the fudge and you have strawberry flavored fudge.
Yep.
But I want actual strawberries in it. I want you to be able to taste and feel that strawberry when you bite into it.
I know, like my mom runs it. Well, that is pretty cool. What is the best part of making fudge?
I think the best part of making fudge is getting to taste it, because a good cook always tastes what they make. That way they can make sure that it's meeting the quality that they want it to be.
Like it's correct or not?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I do like the creating part too, because some of these recipes, actually, I can't think of most of these recipes. There are recipes out there that you can follow, but every single one I find, I have to tweak it. I have to make it my own just to get it the right flavor, the right texture, the right thickness, the right color, whatever.
Okay. Well, this is so good. But I gotta ask you more questions.
Okay.
What do you do for fun when you are not making awesome fudge?
What do I do for fun? Well, I like playing games. I like sports, watching sports, playing sports. Let me think what else.
What kind of games do you like to play?
I like basketball.
Ooh.
I played football in high school, so I like to follow football. I like billiards. I like bowling.
Good. 'Cause I like billiards too.
Okay.
And bowling. And my high score is a 157.
Nice. I wonder if I could score a 157. I have no idea.
Do you like video games?
I do like video games. Who doesn't
love
like video
video
games?
What video game do you personally play?
Oh, probably the one I've played most recently is Minecraft.
I enjoy playing Minecraft as well, but I get lost easily when I go down mining, so Tiberius has to come find me and then help me back out because I've gotten lost.
My secret is that I plant torches on only one side of the tunnels and stuff that I make. So that's kind of like my breadcrumb.
Very cool.
So, what is your favorite book that you have read?
Oh, man. Let's see. Probably my most favorite book that I've read is Charlotte's Web. Yeah.
Oh,
You familiar
wait
with
a
Charlotte's
minute.
Web?
Wait a minute. Are you saying Charlotte's Web?
Yes, I am. I think that's probably my favorite book of all time. Either that one or The Old Man and the Sea, which I'm sure you haven't read yet, but you probably will in high school.
If my listeners wanted to get some of your fudge, how would they get some?
Well, right now they could give me a call. Our phone number is area code 321-710.
6804.
Right. And we have a website, but we haven't built it yet because we're still a pretty new operation.
Well, this has been so awesome. Thank you so much for being my special guest. Can you stay on and help with Math Corners?
I can stay and help with Math Corners if you want me to.
Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com. Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. The Tiberius Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator bites. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com.
Get ready, it's time for the Bowling Score Report!
This week's bowling scores are 86, 117, and 89. I'm at the Skylands on Saturday, and I play with MJ and Mia. MJ got the high score in all 3 games, and I got second place in all 3 games. It was a lot of fun. Afterward, I got to go to my Uncle Chris's house and play on a virtual reality system. If you want to go bowling, be sure to join me Saturdays at AMF Skylines on OBT at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Thank you, Uncle Phil, for helping me with Math Corners. Today we're going to start off to do estimating. Estimating can be used to do with large math very quickly in your head. So to help with estimating, I have a little song. Do you want to hear it?
Of course.
Okay, here it goes. 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, keep it down low.
Nice.
So you can now use this to estimate numbers by rounding by either tens or the hundreds or even the thousands. I like tens the best. Uncle Phil, do you use estimating in your work?
Almost all the time, I estimate.
So how do you estimate?
Well, when it comes to making fudge, sometimes you can't get your measurement exactly how you want it. And you know what? When sometimes you make your best baking is when you estimate your measurements. You know, you've got a guide, and that's your recipe, but then maybe you give a little bit more of this or a little bit less of that, and it turns out even better.
So, do the best cooks estimate?
I think the best cooks do estimate.
Well, this makes it easy to estimate things like how much fudge to make. Let's say that 885 people are going to buy fudge, that they're going to buy 2 each. I would estimate by that by rounding 900 and then make 1,800 pieces of fudge. If I wanted to be more exact, I would say 890 people need 2 pieces of fudge. So 1,780. And save that cost of 20 extra pieces. Well, I wish I could eat them. Okay, let's play an estimation game.
Okay.
So you have to give me a number, and you have to tell me what I'm rounding by, and then I give you the answer.
All right. We're going to start with rounding to the tens place. And your number is 561.
560.
Yes, 560, exactly. Now if we...
Because 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, keep it down low.
Keep it down low, exactly. So you want to try one in the hundreds place?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say 1,099,000.
That I cannot round.
It's a big number. Well, what would you round? What would you round 99 to? No.
1,100,000.
There we go. Right on the nose.
Well, thank you, Uncle Phil, for your help with that.
You're welcome, Tiberius.
And now it's time for Heart of a Lion. We, the Tiberius Show, like living with the heart of a lion. Living with the heart of a lion stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and nobility. We asked Dr. Ferret exactly what that means.
Leadership is really about influence. Leadership is, and the way we define it is good leadership, is about setting the right example and encouraging other people to do the right thing. Integrity is about doing right no matter what. Through life, there are a lot of different circumstances that arise, and integrity, someone who shows integrity, it doesn't matter what all the external things are, they always choose to do what is right. Obedience is about obeying those who are in authority over you, whether that's a teacher, a boss, a parent, that when you are asked to do something, that you respond with obedience, quickly and completely. Nobility is about having respect. It's about carrying yourself with respect and showing respect to others. When you put these 4 things together, that's Lion Strong.
This week we are going to talk about leadership. Leadership is being disciplined and having self-control and loving what is good. This is setting a good example for others. A good example of leadership is being a positive influence on others. A good leader is able to work independently on task and strives to accomplish more than just the minimum. I saw leadership this week when I met a lady who is helping a non-profit raise money to help the homeless. She was thanking everyone for helping and showing everyone where the stuff will go during the event. She was very nice and encouraged everyone that was helping. Uncle Phil, did you see or use leadership this week at all?
I did see leadership this week. Matter of fact, I've seen leadership right here today.
How?
Well, you've got a director in here that's helping make sure this radio show flows as smoothly as possible. That's a lot of leadership in there.
And that's my dad and Pierre. Right, Pierre?
Right, Tiberius.
That's our show, folks. Honestly, Mr. Phil Messer or Uncle Phil with Uncle Phil's Fudge for all that delicious fudge. And oh, thank you for being my special guest.
I am so glad that you had me here.
And be sure to listen to us next week on the Tiberius Show. Your host, Tiberius Boy.
The Tiberius Show is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Executive producer, Joseph Boyd. Production editor, Pierre Laguerre. Green Room manager, Danny Boyd. Broadcast associate, James Smith. And your program host, Tiberius Boy. The Tiberius Show is copyright 2018.